Okay, in the top right, playing as Mercia, we have Saykoya up against Warble, also playing Mercia in the bottom left. And this is MiddleMarch, so I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. There is some FTA on this version of the map, people are all aware of that by now. However, I actually don't know when this particular match started, so maybe the players don't know about it, or maybe like Warble, who is the master of preparation, along with I guess like Spacefront. I think those two are the two that prepare stuff the most. I'm very curious to see if they're going to be able to do anything. And so far we're not seeing anything too big as far as differences. Ooh, Knight comes out. That's a very early Knight there from Warble. And maybe Warble's just like, you know what? P1's ahead in a bunch of ways. I'm just gonna go super aggressive. And that could be how this plays out. Ooh, nice decap. And I think they're actually lined up for a second decap. Yep, they are. And ooh, nice hit there with the swords. And what can Saykoya do? So, ooh, nice use of the air trooper. And they're going to take the left lumber mill first. I think Warble is actually going to time this so that they can get the lumber mill on the right though. And that's typically where the FTA comes in on this map. Okay, Mercia is going to hit the building. Build a little bit of groove. It's going to allow her to have tier 1. So she's actually going to be able to just tier 1 straight off the bat next turn if she wants to. And Warble manages to avoid like the serious FTA on this map, which is a lumber mill over there. Oh, and actually no wait, that was Saykoya charging that, sorry. Warble is over here, who also has groove charged. This is slightly confusing. I'm so used to just Warble being the Mercia player. Okay, Saykoya, yeah, just grabs that village. Just a bunch of repositioning. But yeah, this knight's actually putting in so much work. And probably going to decap over there next. Oh, there is like an open hit on one of these swords though. And we see some action over here. Harpy coming forwards. Yeah, that conversion building probably going to be swapped over. In fact, converted, as you might, as one might say. But yeah, for the moment, ooh, nice hit there. Harpoon ship coming forwards. The Saykoya, yeah, they just continue to go forwards. They're Mercia groove already, so putting in some work. And Knight on the south side. Warble's gonna have to respond to that. They need something to deal with that Knight. I guess like Archer in theory can, but then you're taking a lot of damage on your front line to do that. You probably want something a bit stronger like a pike. Just a bit more durable. Now, Archer's actually gonna go forwards. Ooh. Kraken comes out. Interesting. Gets their own harpoon ship up on the top left. And yeah, pike comes out. And very important, I think. Just needs something heavy and durable to deal with this knight. Oh, that's a very far forward Mercia with a Kraken nearby. And actually the Kraken's trapped while that's there. That's a bit spooky, but oh, it just parks the sword? Doesn't even go for a hit. I guess they just want the sword to be able to live? I think Archer actually just kills it though. Okay, what's Warble gonna do this turn? Alright, healing aura. Okay, interesting. And they just want to get that sword crit. Makes sense. A couple units coming forward here. Spear gonna get the follow-up. Oh, takes down the conversion building. Interesting. I would have thought they would go for Mercia, but decides against it. Oh, but actually that makes sense because Mercia, if you grab her, like the merfolk are just gonna hit the tentacle arm. So yeah, like the Kraken is actually trapped, but these merfolk are also unable to deal with the Kraken right now. Ooh, that's on a beach, so that's gonna take some damage. And we see, alright, Mercia coming forwards. On the side of Saykoya. Kills that knight, and yeah, you know, it's Mercia, so oh, wow, knight crit comes, gets the kill. Alright, so Saykoya's making some good work here, making good progress. Warble isn't out of it yet. There's like a bunch of units here that could do a lot of damage to this army. And they can get kills. I mean, the golem is the really scary part. Okay. Mercia gonna come in. Yeah, one-shot those swords. Very close to having Groove again. Probably gonna have Groove after, yep, after that building gets decapped and then flipped. Even gonna go for a sword crit. I guess like 0 defense? Yeah, that's not too bad. And if the sword lives by some miracle, like you can then convert that into something like very low health. That can do some really nasty damage. But yeah, Warble just kind of being very chill out here right now. Turtle comes out. I think this is a really good choice in a naval fight. Turtles are incredibly strong in naval versus naval. Okay, ooh, frog does a bit of good damage. And golem's coming forward as well. And that golem's really spooky. There's nothing here to deal with it, aside from the dragon. But the dragon's a turn out, so it's kind of spooky as well. Alright, Mercia is taking some damage. This is going to prevent Mercia from being able to go and fight that golem in any kind of meaningful capacity. And Merciful, or I guess Mercia just doesn't really have the health right now, unlike Saykoya, who has all the health they need to get a big heal. And that's a map-wide heal. Double golem behind this too now. So Saykoya is just really barreling down here. And if you're Warble, I think you just want to convert one of these harpoon ships into something that can deal with this. Okay, naval force from Warble coming forwards. And yeah, I think like they have to do something because these golems are going to be able to start hitting the stronghold. Oh wow! Oh, that's actually really smart because this forest tile here, golems are much heavier and much slower in Wargroove 2, so that's actually not going to be able to deal with this trebuchet. Placement of the sword also means that the golem can't just walk up for free. It's going to take some damage. And there's double dragons out now, and 1 mage? Oof. That's looking pretty spooky, so... yeah, Warble playing this defense pretty well. Mercia going in very deep here. And doesn't kill the spear. That spear, in theory, could get healed up, oh, or it could go down. Gets picked up there. And we see... the knight get moved? I don't know where it's getting moved to. Oh, right, spear follow-up. Yeah, some good damage. And big witch hex. That's actually really important because this dragon is now going to do even less damage to this golem. Alright, Warble, what are you going to do here? Alright, turtle sneaks around, gets a hit from behind. And picks up a nice kill there. Okay, and yeah, Warble's just going to slowly fight their way out of this. Gonna slowly push back this naval. There's no anti-air on this left hand side now, so the harpy can do some good work. And while all that's going on, ooh, big damage. Oh, we're gonna see Mercia with tier 2 groove now. She's gonna walk forward, heals the knight. That's very important. And that's actually also gonna heal this trebuchet a little bit too. Alright, first golem's down. Knight is actually full health. 80% from Mercia plus 10% from the global. And yeah, Warble's doing some good work. Making this defense actually work out for them. Alright, big frog hit though. That's going to do a lot of damage. That's going to be able to take that knight down. Dragon's going to follow. Second dragon also taking a ton of damage. And really nice heal there from Mercia. Okay, mage is going to take a whole bunch of damage too. That witch is still going to go down though. So, yeah, Saykoya keeping this push up. Pressure's going well. And it's really going to come down to, you know, what can Warble do on this defense? I think they need to start switching some of this naval over to land units. Because they're running out of forces to defend with on the center of the map. But while this is going on, I mean, this naval's putting in work. Ooh, Frog takes some damage. Frog goes down. And that's really important. Saykoya was able to get a ton out of those units in particular. Alright, big healing aura coming out. And that dragon's going to be back up to full. Okay, Harpy able to take that down. And Warble's actually doing a really good job of like keeping the economy. I don't know if in their favor, but they're able to keep up. And we see the harpoon ships. Oh yeah, they're just going to camp that tower over on the right hand side. Nicely done there. Making sure not to heal too much. They used like the last little bit of gold that turn. Okay, what's going to happen here? Trebuchet crit is actually in range to support Mercia. So anything that comes up and hits Mercia here is going to eat a crit from that Treb. So Golem, I don't know if the Golem will go down necessarily, but it's going to take a lot of damage. Okay, speaking of a lot of damage, Mercia comes in, deals some good damage there, dog follow up. And there's so much army over here. Okay, what do you do at this point? Alright, well, first of all, Turtle's going to come in, deal with that nicely. Ooh, Merfolk walks onto land, picks off one of those mages. Mage crit onto the mage? Okay, yeah, at this point you need to kill all of the anti-air that's available. And that way, yeah, you've got all of this. Mercia gonna heal once again. And Saykoya is just running out of army in the center. They pushed really hard. And while this has been going on, Warble's like camping production now. So like that port is basically forfeit. Heals the harpoon again, puts the other harpoon in a crit tile, and Warble actually defends. Saykoya not able to push the whole way. And yeah, Warble takes it, and oh, what a game. Warble actually able to keep up on the player 2 side. And a lot of people were saying like this map is really favored for player 1, so that's actually a really impressive game coming out there. And you know, this is a really good sign for, I would say, Warble in general, because, you know, we've got the Wargroove Open coming. Saykoya is rank 1 seed going into that. So the fact that Warble is able to take a game off of the current #1 ranked player, or at least #1 seeded player, we're going to see how the tournament plays out. That's a really good sign for them. I'm really excited now, actually. This is very cool to see the new player coming in, doing some good work. I am very curious to see if anybody's going to be banning Mercia against them, but yeah, I mean, just looking back to this match for a moment, like Saykoya just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and Warble was just like, I'm just going to take naval fronts, I'm going to hold down, I'm going to make sure I can't be killed, I'm going to play in a way that means that Mercia is able to just constantly keep healing my army and up and up and up. And because of all this fighting on the left and on the right, they were able to take so many good trades, build up so much groove, that Mercia was able to just sit back and groove every single turn and keep their army up. And you know, like, it doesn't matter if you're trading dragons into stuff that is doing better against them, because all you need to do is survive, and that is something they did, and they did very well. The Trebuchet came into play, really nice use of that for the defense. Didn't go for like kind of like the obvious traps of like you crit the golem because it's good gold value. No, you hit the anti-air. You make sure that you keep the trebuchet alive, and then you swarm them with air because, you know, your opponent's fighting into a barracks and a tower. You're camping their production by the end of it as well, so yeah, just really nicely done there. Really good defense from Warble.